All right. So as always, we start off with news. Okay. And what do we have this week? So go to forexfactory.com and you guys can look at it yourself. Forexfactory.com is a website where I check out news, upcoming news events, and also do some back testing by looking at the news. And you guys can look at the history, the previous numbers, the forecast numbers, and the actual numbers. Since I trade gold, I like to look at USD news. USD, that's it. Okay. I don't pay attention to Forex. I used to trade Forex. There's nothing wrong with trading Forex. Is that for me with my strategy, what works, works. All right. And I'm gonna stick with gold. I'm sticking with gold because I like the way it respects price, how it moves. So that is why I trade gold. And it's because also it's a precious commodity. It's not gonna go away. All right. And it's also has the number one market cap, a 15 trillion dollar market cap. And I can show you guys here. For those that don't know, the reason why I trade gold is because it's a precious metal. Go to infinite market, 8marketcap.com. Okay. And you guys can see over 18,000 assets ranked by market cap. And look at here. We have gold as number one. $15.692 trillion. Look at that. Number one on top of Microsoft, Apple, Google, right? Microsoft number two, Apple number three, Google number five, Amazon number six, Silver number eight, Meta Platforms number nine, aka Facebook, Bitcoin number 10 with 1.2 trillion. You see why gold is precious, right? So look at that, guys. 15.6 trillion. That's a lot. And right now the price is currently at $2,336. All right. So that is why gold is top ranked. Let's make sure everybody's muted here. Okay. Please mute yourselves when you come in, guys. All right. So yes, gold numero uno. Okay. Because look, you're looking at the numbers here. You're seeing the numbers. It only makes sense to take even a 1% of that 15 trillion dollar market cap, right? 1% out of that, that's a lot, right? So and people buy jewelry, and if you guys don't know, like what is our SIM card made of? The SIM card in our phones. What is it made of? Think about it. They need gold to create SIM cards. There's a piece of gold in SIM card, right? In your phones. So we need gold, right? And it's never gonna go away. We need gold for tools, right? For a lot of stuff. Okay. Gold and cobalt. There you go. So we need gold. Gold is a necessary asset to have. Okay. And it's number one in the market cap. Now I just wanted to show you guys that. Just a fun fact. You guys can check out this website, 8marketcap.com, to do more research, to look at the numbers. All right. So let's go right into it. So this morning we have Federal Jerome Powell speaking at New York Open. So in about 12 minutes, he is speaking. And what is this concerning? Due to participate in a panel discussion titled Policy Panel at the ECB Forum on Central Banking. Federal Jerome Powell is the one in charge of the Federal Reserve, for those that don't know. he has like his position is very powerful. He has like the most powerful position really in the planet. Like he can affect how the market moves. Like everything that he says affects the markets. Everything that comes out of his mouth affects the price of gold, of whatever that has to do with the USD. It affects it. Okay, whatever pair that consists of USD, right, as a pair, it affects the price, such as gold, Euro USD, UJ, right? Anything that has a USD, okay, it affects the price. Now, why traders care? As head of the central bank, which controls short-term interest rates, he has more influence over the nation's currency value than any other person. Traders scrutinize his public engagements as they are often used to drop subtle clues regarding future monetary policy. Okay, so it's very, very powerful to know. And we also have job openings, right, at the top of the hour, which is another important news. This measures the number of job openings during the reported month, excluding the farming industry. It's the number of job openings during the past month. So this is going to be concerning for the month of June. Let's see. Job creation is an important leading indicator of consumer spending, which accounts for a majority of overall economic activity. So previous numbers were here. We had 8.06 million job openings back in June 4th, and they're forecasting 7.96 million this morning, right? So we'll see. This is going to affect the price of gold. It's going to affect. It's going to create volatility in the markets. So let's be careful trading around these times. I'm going to be patient, right? And I'm going to just go based off market structure. There's going to be a liquidity sweep. We have money sitting here at the support. We have money here. And we also have money here from all these buys. This is an imbalance. Okay, all these buy orders came in, pushed price up. It failed to come back to fill this area here. Okay, so we have money sitting there from all these buys from Thursday. Thursday was unemployment claims. So this pushed price to the upside and hasn't come back ever since. So this is here is waiting to be filled. So it could push price to the downside. And we also have money sitting up here in this imbalance, this big drop that happened on Friday, the 21st, June 21st, and hasn't come back to this price level ever since. Okay, so we have money sitting up here as well. And down here as well. Okay, so I do see price dropping before the big move up. And overall, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? Are we in an uptrend or downtrend, guys? By looking at the 4-hour, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? Let me know in the chat. Right? Are we in an uptrend or downtrend? Are we seeing lower lows, lower highs? You see, we've been on a downtrend. We've been on a downtrend. Price hasn't surpassed this high here, this lower high. And it created these equal lows here. Okay, but it hasn't surpassed this lower high up here and this lower high. Price is kind of consolidating here. It hasn't broken above structure. I don't see any higher highs, higher lows being created. Look by looking at the 4-hour. It's within this price level here. Between 23.35, 23.20. You see? It hasn't broken structure yet. So I'm waiting for that next break of structure. It could break structure to the downside or to the upside. That is why I'm waiting. And with news happening this morning, that could cause price to break above structure or below structure. We want to get as much confirmation because we do have liquidity sitting up here and we have liquidity sitting down here. So it could go either way. So I'm waiting for that. If it breaks and closes above 23.35, 23.40, then we could see a potential buy to fill this gap here, this liquidity, to take out this liquidity. I like to look at liquidity for potential target areas. I use liquidity for potential target areas. Okay, so by looking at the 4-hour, you're able to see the bigger picture where what's the market direction. Okay, right now we're like kind of like we're consolidating. Okay, we're consolidating within these zones here. You guys see that? It's consolidation. It hasn't broken structure yet. So I'm waiting to see for the next break of structure. We have New York open in 3 minutes. That's why I marked these dash lines here. This is New York open. Yesterday we had New York open here. This was yesterday. It pushed price down to the downside. It pushed price up to 23.35, touched it, and pushed down to 23.20. That's a total of 150 pips. Yesterday was a total of 150 pips to the downside. And then it hit this support level, and it pushed price to the upside. Went down, touched the resistance here, pushed price down, touched support, and then bounced back up. And now it's just been consolidating within this area here. And now it touched support again. London session, push price up. And we're waiting to see whether it's gonna break above my internal zone, hit the resistance. It could react here, but I want that break of structure. And I retest. Or we could see it respect it, push price down, react to support, break below, retest, and continue to the downside. But since we're on a downtrend, are we looking for sells or for buys? Are we looking for sells or buys since we're in a downtrend? The overall picture, look, we're see we have the lower high here, push right down, boom, boom, and then it's consolidating. I want to see a sell. I want to go with the trend. I don't want to go against the trend. So since the overall structure, right, the overall direction is in a downtrend, okay, I want to see the break of structure to the downside because that would be ideal. Yesterday they called out a bearish idea on gold, and that hit for a total of 100 pips. And I saw it coming too. I didn't take the trade because I don't trade Mondays. I'd rather wait. But yet, yesterday they called out a 100 pip move on gold. Right, they called it around this area here, 2330, and it hit 2320. That's a total of 100 pips. To the downside. Now it's pushing price up. Now we have New York open, and it's resulting in a bearish candle now. Look at that right here. Now let's look at impulse. I like to look at impulse for extra confirmations to see where price is going. Okay, looking at the 5-minute here. It gave me that red microtrend arrow here, which is a good sign for a sell. Right now we're experiencing a pullback. So let's see how gold reacts in this area here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullish candles. The 15-minute. See here, push price down, pull back, push price down, pull back, push price down, and now we're pulling back. I'm waiting for a confirmation candle to see whether it's going to hold the zone and stay below my zone, or it's going to break above my zone. So ahorita estoy esperando para una quiebra de mi zona. Si va a respetar esa zona y va a bajar o va a quebrar mi zona en 15 minutos, va a quebrar arriba. Se voy a esperar para una confirmación de vela para saber si va a quebrar arriba o va a quedar abajo de mi zona para una venta. Y la dirección del mercado está bajando. Cuando mira sus 4 horas, Están un poco de conciliación aquí. Por eso estoy esperando para una quebra. Si va a quebrar arriba o va a quebrar abajo. Pero si la dirección es una venta, yo quiero que quebra abajo. Pero ahí esperamos. También tenemos noticias a las 7 en treinta minutos por ahí. So, ahorita estoy paciencia aquí. So, voy a esperar si va a quedar arriba en mi zona o abajo en mi zona. So we see a bullish candle. It looks like it wants to break above my 15-minute internal zone. For those that don't have the 8-step confirmation checklist, the playbook, it's called the playbook because it's the playbook. um, it's in my Telegram channel. You guys check out the pin messages I posted on there. Um, and for those that have it, if you don't mind sharing it in the chat box for those that don't have it, that would be great. So T or Tony, somebody can just share it on there in the chat. That would be great. But yeah, guys, follow that 8-step confirmation checklist so that way you guys can see, okay, what are my confirmations? Okay. So it's looking like it's crossing above my EMA. The speech is happening right now. Let's look at the dollar. I know the dollar has been shooting up lately, creating higher highs and higher lows. Oops. You actually put gold on the left side. On the right side, I have the dollar. So the dollar and gold tends to do the opposite to each other. So we have the gold, we have the dollar on the right side of my screen, the US dollar index. And as you guys can see, the dollar's pushing down and gold is shooting up. So we have an imbalance here at the dollar waiting to be filled. So that is why the dollar is pushing down, because we have an imbalance here. Now it's breaking above my internal zone. I like to look at the dollar to see, just for as confirmation as well, to see where price is heading. You see how it's doing the opposite to each other? Gold is shooting up, dollar is shooting down. So el dólar aquí a mi derecha y el oro, el dólar hace lo contrario que el oro. So el dólar está bajando, oro está subiendo. So pueden mirar el dólar para confirmar, okay, dónde va el precio. So on the dollar, we have an imbalance going on here. So it only makes sense that it's gonna shoot down and fill the gap. That's exactly what it's doing. Yeah, so it's probably I can tell he's saying something negative, right, T? Mhm. He's probably saying something that that's negative, which is causing the dollar to push down. He's probably saying that there's no confidence. It's probably saying something negative. So that's why it's pushing the dollar down. But it's good news for us because what the gold is shooting up. So whatever they're saying, whatever when news is negative, it's positive in the markets. It's positive in the charts. It's positive in gold. At the end of the day, news is the excuse. So you want to do the opposite what the news are telling you. If it's telling you negative news, it's actually positive. If it's positive news, then it's negative. Okay, so you want to do the opposite what the news are telling you. And his dollar is still pushing down. Look at that. But when we look at the 4 hour on a dollar, it's been creating these higher highs and higher lows. Let me show you guys here. Here, here. So the dollar has been trending to the upside lately. Seen break of structure, boom, 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 bring higher highs. Now it's like experiencing a pullback. But the dollar has been creating higher highs, higher lows, right? Now it's pulling down. Maybe it'll go down to this level here, these lows to 105.520, around that area, before it shoots back up again. So we're seeing this bearish candle at the 4 hour. We had a gap here. Whenever you see gaps in the market like this, like an empty space, that is a gap. That indicates an imbalance. This is also considered an imbalance. Whenever the market closes and then reopens, there's orders being left out. Okay. So this happened Friday actually. Friday afternoon. It left a gap in the market. And when market opened back up on Sunday, it left the gap. And then it came back up to fill it up. Every time there's a gap in the market, it has to come back to fill it up. It has to. It can't leave it in balance like this. It has to balance itself. So this simply means that they left orders open and it came back up to close it out. Does that make sense? So whenever you guys see this, it just simply means that there's it's an imbalance and the left order is open and market's gonna eventually the price is gonna eventually fill this gap to close out the orders. So let's go back to gold. Gold is shooting up now. Now it's breaking above my internal zone. Touch 23.35. Now it's pushing down. It's giving me that bearish candle at the 15-minute. Now I'm going to be patient because I know that there's news coming up in 15 minutes. We have job openings. Okay, in 15 minutes. Impulse gave us a blue microtrend arrow. Yeah, it's giving us all blue indicators. Blue microtrend arrow at the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. Wow. Okay. So it's pushing price to the upside. So we could see a break of structure above 23.35. If it breaks above 23.35, 23.40, then I'm in buy mode because it could shoot up and fill this imbalance here, right? Can come back here to this level. That's what I'm waiting to see for that break of structure to the upside above 23.35 to really confirm that buy. It hasn't done that yet. It's still respecting this resistance here. I'm waiting for that break of structure to the upside. It resisted here, shot price down. Now it came back up to this area again, and now it's pushing down because it's respecting this resistance. Está respetando esa resistencia. Aunque yo quiero esperar que quede arriba de mi resistencia 23.35 para confirmar la compra. Quebra de zona, viene a esa zona, regresa a esa zona antes de la compra. Patience is key, guys. You want to be patient with this. You don't want to force a trade, rush into a trade. I'm not calling out any trades right now. You guys see that? Because I'm being patient. I'm letting the market, I'm letting the trade come to me. I'm letting price come to me. Market comes to me. Okay? Because impulse is giving me, buying signs. It could potentially push price to the upside, break above my 23.35 area. So I'm waiting to see if there's going to be a break of structure to the upside. We could catch the buy when it comes to retest 23.30. and broke above my internal zone. But I want to see it break above my 22.35 before the buy. And it looks like it wants to do that. I have a 15-minute bullish candle, which is a good sign. Pushing price up. If we would have caught the buy at 23.20, that would have been, sheesh, would have been up 150 pips. But this happened this morning, 5 o'clock this morning, Arizona time. Zone to zone. I trade zone to zone, zone to zone. That's all I do. These key levels work. Gold respects these key levels, these psychological numbers. Every $5 is a key level. Every $5. 23.20, 23.25, 23.30, 23.35, 23.40, 23.45. These are key levels for gold, and it respects these prices. And you can use these key levels as potential entries, take profit, or stop loss. For example, here it's looking like it wants to break above. I'm waiting for it to break, close, retest, give me that bearish candle, and then wait for my confirmation candle for that buy. So get another bullish candle. Another one to really confirm that buy. Break, close, retest before the buy. It hasn't done that yet. So you give me that wick. Whenever you guys see wicks, that is liquidity. That's liquidity being taken out. Liquidity equals money. It's taking out this liquidity here, these sellers. You see that? It's being taken out. It surpassed the high from yesterday's New York Open here. This was yesterday's New York Open. This was yesterday's New York Open here. And that high is being taken out. Higher highs, higher lows, lower highs. That also counts as liquidity, if you guys didn't know that. So this high is being taken out, this lower high from yesterday's New York Open. We have news in 7 minutes. We could see a big push up or a big push down. So that's why I'm waiting, okay? Because anything can happen. I have no control of the outcome, okay? So I want to wait. I want to wait after news to trade. You want to wait after news, okay? So yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys are getting some value so far. We're waiting for news. We have job openings. It's a countdown going on here. 5 minutes. Yeah, you gotta be mindful of news. You gotta be aware of this. It's so important. The more you study news, do your fundamental analysis, it changed everything for me. Because I would always wonder, why am I being liquidated? Why am I being taken? Why am I getting stopped out a lot? It's because of news. So the more you study news, the more you're able to understand, okay, you're able to see, okay, where's liquidity? Why is this imbalance candle being created? Why is there so much volatility in the markets? Why? Because of news. So es muy importante para saber lo que está pasando en las noticias, porque te puede decir por qué el precio está moviendo mucho, por qué está creando imbalances en el mercado, movimiento, es porque las noticias. So there's 3 different types of analysis. There's fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and sentimental analysis. Fundamentals is looking at news, right? That's fundamental analysis, looking at news, seeing the numbers, what's going on in the economy. That is fundamental analysis. Technical analysis is what we're doing here. It's all chart work. It's all technical. Support resistance, trend line, break of structure, confirmation candles, all that's technicals. That's the easy stuff. And most people tend to focus on the technicals, which is okay. Doing technicals is fine. It's part of it. But don't spend too much time focusing on just only the technicals. And sentimental is more of, it's more of emotions, right? How you're feeling, your attitude, your behavior, your approach to the market. That's sentimental. Okay. They're all important. They're all important. So you want to know every area. It's very important to learn. But don't spend too much time on only technicals and miss out on the other areas, which is also important. Because doing all this chart work is so simple, guys. This is very simple stuff. It's really not that hard. So the more you learn about news. Like this stuff is more important. Like knowing this stuff, knowing the numbers. You guys get this down, the fundamentals, and understand the sentimental, you'll be ahead of the masses than most retail traders. Most retail traders, they focus on the technicals, they focus on the money, they rush into a trade, they force it, they don't follow a trading plan, they just they treat it like gambling, you know? Remember, guys, you're participating in the largest financial market in the world with millions of traders around the world. And this is all based off emotions, people's emotions. What you see in the charts, you're seeing people's emotions, people's buyers, sellers, liquidity, banks, institutions, they also participate in financial markets. So you're seeing a bunch of people, right, participating, and they have their emotions, going on here. That's what you see here. You see people's emotion going on. You see, right now we have buyers coming in. It's pushing price up. People are buying, buying, buying. And then you're seeing liquidity here because these sellers are being taken out, right? The sellers that put the sell order here, they're being stopped out, and they'll be like, why am I being stopped out? They thought that price was going to continue down, but no, it actually came back up to liquidate these sellers, and they're probably frustrated. So we have news right now. It's pushing price down. It's giving me that bearish candle here. I don't wait after. I'm gonna wait for that break of structure to the upside, whether it's gonna break above or continue below. Let's look at impulse. It's going to refresh it. Came back to retest my internal zone there at the 15-minute. See, we have resistance here as well. Broke above. Now it's coming back to retest. Let's see what impulse is telling me. Is it still giving me buying signs? Yes, it is. Everything is blue. Price is above my EMA. It gave me this blue microtrend arrow right here. Price is above my EMA. We have the micro pivot here as my counter trend. It's respecting that, retesting that. So to me, it's looking like it wants to go to the upside. So we catch the buy here. Stop loss 50 pips. So 1, 2, 3, risk to reward. I want to wait for that bullish candle to form. To really confirm it. Trade at your own risk. Stop loss will always be 50 pips from entry. $23.25. But I'm not getting in now because I'm waiting for my confirmation candle. I'm waiting for a bullish candle to form. If it forms a bearish candle, then trade is invalid because it may continue down. I want to see that bullish candle forming here and another one here to really confirm it. Three will be even better because that's the confirmation pattern called the three white soldiers. When you have three bullish candles in a row, that confirms it as well. That's why studying the book, The Trading Candlestick Bible, is very important to learn more about candlesticks. It can give you more information. It's a lot of data. So it's respecting that internal zone, the 15-minute. Impulse giving me all buying signs. So we could see price pushing up. It gave me that blue micro trend arrow. Let's see. So ahorita estoy esperando para mi confirmación de vela, si me va a dar una vela verde. o va a continuar abajo, o va a respetar mi zona aquí en 15 minutos, la zona de 15 minutos. Se me va a dar una vela verde. Si me da una vela verde, es una confirmación de una compra. You see that, guys? It never closed below my internal zone. It wicked, it touched it. Now it's creating that bullish candle. And it's kind of the impulse me está enseñando, me está diciendo confirmación de compra. Todo está azul. So indica que es una compra. Pero quiero esperar para mi confirmación de vela. También me dio este señal aquí, azul. Cuando miras esto, el precio está subiendo arriba. See that it came up to break above my internal zone, my internal structure, retested my hourly zone. My gray zone is my 1 hour resistance. Came back down to retest my internal zone at the 15-minute. I still have a bearish 50-minute candle. So we could wait for the next 50-minute candle. So I'm going to wait at the 15-minute mark to see how price will react. If it breaks and close below, then trade is invalid. Just wait for the next opportunity. Just go based off the next zone below that and just go from zone to zone, zone to zone until you see an opportunity. But let me know in the chat if you guys are getting some value so far. Let me know in the chat. Let me know if you guys have any questions, anything you guys need, any clarity, any clarification. Is this making sense or not making sense? Let me know. So let's wait and see how price will react within the zone here. That's an impulsive bearish candle there. Let's see if price will maintain that area there, that price level. Will it respect it or will it break it? Ahorita estamos esperando que me da más confirmación si va a mantener en esta zona o va a quebrar abajo de mi zona y va a continuar abajo. Si mira eso, el trade no es, el trade es inválido. Nomás voy a esperar para la otra oportunidad. Yeah, so now he's probably saying something positive, right? Something that because it's pushing price down now. And the dollar is probably pushing up. See, you see that? You see now the dollar's pushing up? You see how it's doing the opposite now? We have all these sellers, right? Pushing all this liquidity here. Now it's pushing price to the upside. It's crazy. But look at that, the dollar is shooting up. El dólar está subiendo arriba y el oro está bajando. So hace lo contrario. Sheesh. Okay, obviously this trade is invalid. You see why patience is so key? You want to wait. So let's wait to see if price will react here. My next zone. Impulse. Go and refresh it here. Wow. Now it's taking out all these buyers here. All liquidity that's being taken out from all the buys since this morning. You know why it's so important to wait. Now you guys understand why it's so important to wait, because this could happen. People were thinking, oh, it's going to shoot up, it's going to buy, it's going to continue on forever, but no. Psych, news come, ooh, liquidated. Liquidity sweep. So let's wait until the next structure. At this point, just go based off market structure. We have a strong support level here at the 1 hour at 23.20. This is creating an impulsive move, rising imbalance. We have one touch here, two touch here, we got touch here, touch here, another touch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches in the zone, 23.20. So it's a strong support level. And let's wait to see if it will respect or will it break below, retest to the downside. You could see that because guess what, guys? We have more money here. We have more money here. We still have this to be filled out at the bottom. You guys see that? So let's wait and see what happens. Impulse is still giving me blue microtrend arrows. We also have a key level here at 23.35, 23.25. We respected that key level there. Never broke below that key level. See it whipped. right there. Boom. Had resistance here. Broke above. Retest. Now it's coming back to retest that level. Now I went ahead and modified and changed my internal zone to 2325 because that's a key level. It's an area of interest. You can see a price pushing up. Oop, 2326. 2324. The width of my rectangle is 20 pips. Now there she goes. It gives me another bullish candle that confirms a buy. We're at the 15-minute mark now. Let's see. We could wait for the next 15-minute candle at the 30-minute mark. Because this could probably result a confirmation candle, a bullish confirmation candle. Impulse is still giving me buying signs. So we could see price filling this imbalance here. Yeah, this imbalance here. It could shoot up. Impulse is still giving me buying signs. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Yeah, I do see it like trending to the upside still because the scanner is giving me buying signs, and I'm just going based off market structure at this point. It gave me that imbalance here. This is an imbalance, guys. Whenever there's a news impulsive move to the downside, to the upside, wait for that. Wait for the pullback. Just go based off market structure. So I'm waiting for the next 15-minute candle at the 30-minute mark to see if it's going to respect that zone, that internal zone at 2325, and continue to the upside. So I'm waiting for the next 50-minute candle. We can see a long position here. Stop loss 50 pips, next zone. One, two, three. But we had more price action at 2320 because we had multiple touches around 2320 area. So it could continue to the downside. Yeah. So it could push down to 2320. We have more price action going on around this level here. Um, but since we're on consolidation, right? I'm gonna wait for the next break of structure. Support turning into resistance equals downtrend. So this is a strong support level here. It has touched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this area here. So the more touches it has, the weaker the zone, because eventually it's gonna break through. It's like hitting the wall so many times, like it's eventually it's gonna break through, right? Same thing here. Has has touched this area so many times that eventually it has to break through. So it would be ideal to wait. Hasn't even given me a bullish candle. But right now it's testing this area right now at 2325. This is also liquidity. This is also money here. This is all money. So it would be ideal to wait and be patient for the next break of structure to the downside. Yes, we could see some pullbacks along the way. You're gonna expect some pullbacks. It could pull back and then break through to the downside. So that's what I see. Maybe see inflation progress, but needs more confidence before cutting rates. Yeah, so that's why it's causing the dollar to push up, because the fact that he said that he sees inflation progress. So in the beginning, probably the beginning of the speech, it was negative and then it turned to positive. That's why it's pushing down. Gold is pushing down, and then dollar is pushing up. Yeah, it's looking like it wants to push to the downside. We have money sitting here. This is all liquidity here. But yeah, guys, be patient and wait for the next break of structure to the downside. I see that happening because we also have money sitting here. Price could push to this area here. We have all this money sitting here from all these buys. It could come down and fill this imbalance here. So espera para el próximo quebra de la zona para venta, para confirmar para una venta, porque tenemos un imbalance aquí de todas las compras. So es una liquidez, liquidity. So el precio puede mover abajo. So espera para el próximo quebra de la zona, porque ahorita está en conciliación. Necesitas tener paciencia, espera para que el precio quebra mi zona. Okay. Yes, you can catch a quick 50 pip move to the downside, a quick sell here from zone to zone. But I'm looking for 100 plus pips, 150 pips. You want to catch 50 pips? Go trade Forex. Or 30 pips, 50 pips. But with gold, you can catch 100 pips, 100 plus, 150 pips, 200 pips on a daily. Low lot size, high pips. Low lot size, high pips. High lot size, low pips. Make sure you guys write that down. Low lot size, high pips. High pips, low lots. Low lot size, high pips. High lot size, low pips. So catching 50 pips, 30 pips would be good if you had a high lot size. Put a standard on it, catch a quick 20 pips, 30 pips, 40, you'll be up. But I know majority of us are using low lot sizes, right? It only makes sense to catch high pips to gain the most of it. And you guys can stack it up. Boom, boom, boom. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, boom, 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 boom. Stack it up, collect it. Now look at this, guys. Impulse now giving me a red trend arrow, a red strength arrow.
So, good morning, y'all. Carlos is T. I do got a really, really quick question. I'm
What's
on the
up?
East Coast, so I was up pretty early, and I mark up my charts before I actually get on with you. But I have a question. So, I marked up my entire chart just to make sure I had it marked up before you got on, and I got in the buy, but I was not confident in getting in the buy because when I was comparing my notes to Impulse, it was showing a sale. How do I change, or what should I do to change my mindset so when I am getting into these buys and following the confirmation checklist, the Impulse is showing me a sale? Like, how should I like change my mindset so that I'm confident with taking the trade?
That's a great question. So with Impulse, right, you use this as additional confluence, right, on top of your confirmations. So when when you're looking for buys, you enter that buy, but impulse is giving you right sells, right? Um, I would go with the trend. You know, if impulse is telling you, okay, it's giving you sell signals, okay, it would be ideal to wait for that sell instead of a buy. But let me ask you this: at what time did you take that buy?
Oh, it was early this morning. I think it was either 7 or 8 this morning.
7 or 8. So that was London session, right?
Yes.
Yeah, London
It had
session
gave
was
me
about,
a sale though. It was showing sales, but my EMAs was crossing. It had already broke over the micro trend lines, and I
uh,
had got in the buy. But it was telling me sales.
at what time frame?
Here I can let me tell you.
Yeah,
Let me change.
you want to share your screen?
Actually, I got you on my phone and I'm on my laptop,
Uh,
so I can tell you when I got in this morning.
yeah.
Get on the right chart. On Trading View, okay, I had to get my time frame right because I was on the wrong time frame.
Yeah.
So it was like 8:15 when I started marking up the chart. And I had got like my 4 hour resistance. Um, I went to the hour, I went to the 15. And did I screenshot Impulse when it was giving me the sale? Oh, I did not. But it seemed like my confirmation checklist, I was doing everything on that checklist, from beginning to start with the markups, my 15-minute, my resistance, my support.
Yeah.
And like I said, I got in the buy. I I I got in, I took TP1, TP2, got out of the buy. But like I said, Impulse earlier this morning was giving me the micro trend sale. All my circles was red except for the 4 hour was blue.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I got out of it right at, I'll tell you which candle I got out of this. It was right before, yes, I don't really know how to read these times just yet because when I hover over the candles,
So did it happen around here? Can you see my screen? You said
uh,
8:15, right?
yeah,
Yeah. That yeah, you said 8:15, so that's 5:15 my time. So yeah, it's like around this area here, right?
yes.
So let's see. So you went in for the buy,
But I had waited for it to pull back. Yeah, so yep, it went up. It
went
was
up,
going up. I did, yep.
and then it hit this resistance here, right? And then came down.
And it pulled all the way down.
Yeah, here.
Yep.
Okay. So you had the resistance here, took the buy, said 8:15, so it went up. So when the market's like this, it's consolidating. So you want to wait for the break of structure. So when you see like when it's moving back and forth between like when it's going back and forth like this, it's consolidating, sis. So you want to wait for the next break of structure. That's why it's also in the confirmation checklist, wait for the break of structure. You know, because like, yes, you could have caught the buy here, catch some pips, but you know, let me see here. Prior to that, price shot down and then it shot up. Let me actually do this, right? Let me actually draw this here. So price shot down, created support here, shot up, and this is where you took it, right? You can use this as a support level. Look at the 15-minute. Yes, it's when you look at the bigger picture, price was consolidating. Let's look at the 1 hour. You see, price is consolidating. You want to make sure that you want to check at the higher time frames as well before you take any positions. When you look at the
Hey,
1 hour, price is going back and forth. You know, it's going sideways, and whenever you see like it's going sideways and the EMAs are like, you know, are looking like this, and price is going back and forth between the EMAs, that's indication of a consolidation.
hey,
Resistance
Carlos.
here, support here. Yeah,
Hey, yeah, I just want to chime in on pretty much what you were saying about the consolidation, and not to step on toes or anything, but like as Carlos was saying, like as it's consolidating, I'm not trying to sway you away from the way he's teaching the trade because the way he's teaching you trade is the proper way to trade. But whenever it's consolidating like that on the higher time frame, when you go down to the lower time frame, your best friend, in my opinion, is going to be the zones. If you decide to trade that way, just you can trade off the bounces, but mark your zones, your price action zones. That's all I want to say, Carlos.
yeah, appreciate that, bro. But yes, it's like, you know, at this point, just go based off market structure, you know, and when you see at the higher time frames, like the 1 hour, for example, is consolidating like this, okay, it's a higher risk when you're taking a position during a consolidation because yes, you can catch some pips, a buy or a sell, catch 50 pips, 100 pips, right? 150 pips. Like last night, the sell that they called out was 150 pips, right? And you can catch a move like that. You know, catch a quick 150 pip move, you know, yesterday night when they called it out. But and time is also important. Like guys, the time session that you trade on is very important because I didn't catch a sell yesterday because I don't trade London session. You know, I don't trade during those times. I wait till New York Open. I wait for New York session to trade, and I wait for the break of structure. Or I wait for, you know, for my extra confirmations to line up. Impulse, yes, is giving me these buying signs, right? But when you look at the higher time frame, you know, it's still in consolidation. So it'll be ideal to wait for the next break of structure and then wait for your confirmations to line up. What you did this morning, T, was okay, you saw the opportunity for that buy, right? And that's okay. You know, when you see an opportunity, take it. But if its impulse is telling you otherwise, it's a reason why. Because it's giving you because we're in consolidation because it's buy, sell, it's buy, sell, it's buy, sell. It's going back and forth. You see that? It's going back and forth. That's why it's giving you different signals because when you went in for that buy, that sell was going to come because it's consolidation. Because there's sellers in the market that are coming in as well. It's pushing price down. and then there's buyers pushing price up, and it's going back and forth, up and down, up and down, up and down. So it would be ideal for wait for the next trend to happen, whether to the upside or to the downside. Wait for that next break of structure, because when you wait for the next break of structure to the upside, then everything's going to align with each other. Remember, impulse is meant for price momentum, for to trade with the trend, not against it. You want to trade with the trend. The reason why it's giving you mixed signals because right now it's consolidation mode. It hasn't given me a proper trend yet, to the downside or to the upside. When there's a break of structure, everything's going to line up. When it breaks up to the upside, then it's going to give you buy signals, a buy trend arrow, a buy strength arrow, and all the microtrends are going to line up because it's on a trend. And that's what impulse is meant for. Is you're trading with the trend. You're going with where it's momentum, price momentum. That's the whole purpose of the scanner, because this scanner will help you to trade with the trend, not against it. And it's not meant, and it's also you're not supposed to trade during consolidation. It's not ideal. Like, that's not the proper way to do it. Consolidation, when you trade during the consolidation, is a higher risk. Yes, you can catch a quick bag, a quick 100 pips, 150 pips, 50 pips, whatever it is, but it's a higher risk because you don't know where market is going to be heading. There's no break of structure. There's no trend happening. But yes, you can catch a quick pip, a quick move, right? But it would be a higher risk because you never know which way it's heading. It can either go buys, all of a sudden it can switch up on you. When you're going for a buy, it can switch up on you for a sell, just like it happened to you this morning, right? Like you went in for that buy, and then all of a sudden the sell came in, right?
Yep.
Because it's consolidation mode. Because in consolidation, so you don't know how long that buy is gonna last, that buy position is gonna last. It's gonna last for a certain amount of time before the sell happens. And then that sell is only when sellers come in, it's only a certain amount of time when the next buy is going to happen. It's going to go back and forth. But whenever you see a trend happening to the upside, to the downside, it's going to continue to move to the upside or to the downside. It's going to continue to move to the upside, to continue to move to that in that trend. And it's going to move for a long time because of the trend. It's momentum. And that's what you're waiting for. You're waiting for the next momentum, for the next trend to happen, for the next trend to break out. Because now it'll be simpler to trade in a trend because you're able to buy low, catch the break of structure and buy low and just go based off market structure, right? Just go based off market structure. Break and retest, break and retest, break and retest, break and retest. When you're on a trend. Does that make sense? I hope that answered your question.
No, that definitely did. And something else you said that was key is go back to that higher time frame. So, and that's what I didn't go back to is the higher time frame, and I should have. So I appreciate you for that. And the other brother who hopped on here, appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome, sis.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
What's up?
Oh no, I was just telling her welcome. She's welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. But yeah, look at the bigger picture, guys. Like, don't focus on the small time frames. Yes, we catch the trades off the 5 minute. We look at the 15 minute. We trade zone to zone. But look at the bigger picture as well. Look at the higher time frames because it's giving you the overall market direction where price is heading. See, when you look at the 4 hour right now, we're in this consolidation. It hasn't break below or above yet. That's why I marked on my hourly zones at the 2320 and then 2335. And then I have my internal zone, which is a 15 minute at 2325. Because I want to see if price is going to continue to the downside or is going to maintain that level and push up. That's why I have that internal zone. Because I want to see if price is going to continue down or it's going to continue up. It's going to, break below my internal structure here. Okay, if it breaks below my internal structure, okay, I know my next zone is my hourly zone here, where price could potentially react and it could potentially break. That's why I have that internal zone, because I take the trace off the 5-minute, right? And when I look at the 15-minute, I'm waiting to see for that break of structure. Like right now, it's breaking below my zone there, right? It broke below my internal zone. Okay, I'm gonna wait for that break and retest my internal zone, and I know that's gonna continue to my next zone, right? When you look at the smaller scale. But for a trend to happen, I'm waiting for my hourly zone to break. I'm waiting for my hourly zone. Yes, you can catch a quick, 50 pip move here for a sell, right? But it will be ideal to wait for that break of structure in the hourly for that next trend to happen. Because overall, we're on this sell, right? We're consolidation, but overall, we're in sells. So I'm waiting for that next break of structure to the downside to catch that sell to continue the trend to the downside. When it breaks below my zone 2320, okay, that's a new trend is happening. My continuation of that sell is happening to the downside. And you'll have a more chance to win compared to consolidation because you're going with the trend. It's going to continue down. Because the momentum is to the downside. Yes, you'll see some pullbacks, but that's normal. But you know that when there's a sell, when there's a break of structure like how it is here, okay, when you see that break of structure to the downside, wait for the retest here, wait for that confirmation candle, that bearish candle to form, catch a sell there. It's probably going to create another support here, push up, boom. That's where you catch another sell here, right? And then it's going to create that support level again, push price up, and then boom, break a structure, catch another sell there, right? Let's create that support level right there, break a structure, retest, catch another sell there. That's what you want to see whenever there's break of structure.